Welcome to Mastering Education Basics. Today we're working on day 1 of the Cursive Writing Poems, and this will be the letters A, B, and C. Thank you, Mastery Max and Little Mastery Max, for sitting and watching us and encouraging us. So let's read the poems that we can trace. So we're doing cursive, paper pencil motifs, letters A, B, and C in the poems now. Apples are red, acorns are hard. An alligator ambled across my yard. And then we're going to read the one for the letter B. Betty baked a birthday cake. Beth blew up big balloons. Or Beth blew up big blue balloons. Bob's cake looked like a baseball bat. The party began at noon. That'd be fun to draw a picture of that too. And for the cursive letter C, Cleo the cat climbed into the car. Claire crawled up to the door. She caught his foot and he cried out, "You scared me, please no more." So you can trace those on the board, or you can take your interline book and print out a copy of the poem and put it on the left-hand side of the page. Trace it in red or a different color, and then try it yourself on the right-hand page. Apples are red, acorns are hard. An alligator ambled across my yard. And the one thing I do is I start all my small letters on the bottom line. It's not always that in the poem because the font wouldn't do that, but you can do that when you are writing. All right, those are the poems. Page 1 for the cursive paper pencil motifs A, B, and C, and the poems. See you on page 2. Thank you, Mastery Max, for encouraging us. Today we'll look at the Cursive Writing Poems for the letters D, E, and F, page 2. Let's look at the one with D and read it together. Doug the dog and Dave the duck went for a ride in a big dump truck. They drove around and they discussed the deserts they deemed were fabulous. Thank you, Mastery Max and Little Mastery Max, for joining us and encouraging us. Now we'll read the poem for the letter E. Every boy and every girl eats at home and eats at school. Yes, you do that if you go to school, and you eat at home too. Let's do the letter F. 4 feet for sure are often more fun. 2 pairs are firmly more fun than 1. Faster they finish the 5-minute foxtrot and find 40 freesias. I had to look at that word, for a fuchsia flower pot. Okay, so there we have some flowers. So there's the letter D, E, and F put into poems, and you might like to try to make up some yourself. Then you can remember to go into your interline book, put one of the poems on the left, and you do it on the right. See you next time. Now we're on to day 3, or page 3 of the Cursive Writing Poems, using the letters G and H in cursive writing. Let's read the poems for page 3. Graham liked grape gum, and Gretchen had some. She was greatly generous, and he thought that was glorious. And let's do the poem for the letter H. Helen had a hat made out of hemp. It helped to keep the hail off of her head. If dark clouds hovered in the heavy sky, Helen was happy that her hair stayed dry. And then you can put them into your interline book or on interline paper. You might even want to write them on the chalkboard. So practice in a variety of ways. Bye for now. Thank you, Master Max and Little Master Max, for encouraging us. Page 4, or day 4. We're doing the cursive writing poems for the letters I and J. Let's look at the poems. Are you watching us carefully, Master Max? And we get better each time we do. Do it, don't we? The letter I. Isabel lived on Igloo Isle, in an ivory castle encased in ice. She indulged in ice cream every day and went ice fishing when it was nice. That's a fun experience, going ice fishing. And let's look at the letter J poem. Jeering Jerry jumped for joy, joking with John and Jim and Joy. Jelly beans fell and Jello jiggled. Jeanery joined in and they all giggled. So read that many times. Then you can go to your interline book. You can put it in on the left-hand side and trace it, and do it by yourself on the right-hand side. Or think of another fun way of practicing these poems. Thank you, Master Max, for helping us do page 4, cursive paper pencil motifs I and J in the cursive writing poems. Bye for now. Let's take a look at the cursive writing poems for the letters K and L, page 5. Carrie and Kyle ate lots of kelp. Kimmy and Ken wanted to help. Kicking the rocks and knocking the logs, they found more kelp in their kicking clogs. Now let's look at the letter L. Licking lollipops with your lips helps to leave less on your hips. Look at lovely Lily Ray. She licks lollipops every day. So that is page 5 of the cursive writing poems. Thank you, Master Max, for encouraging us. See you next time. Today we're looking at the cursive writing poems for day 6 of our cursive pencil paper motifs, which were the letters M, N, and O. But when you're doing a poem, you will probably just do one at a time, or sometimes even just a few lines at a time if you're just learning them. So let's read the poems for M, N, and O. And little Master Max and Master Max are watching us. Look at the smiles on their faces. They're encouraging us. Musical Mary had a mousery who milled about in her housery. At midnight little mousery found many millipedes on the ground. So lots of M's in that poem. Let's do N. Nice Norman found a nest with 9 nestlings all at rest. Now the birds are only 8. One is on the garden gate. So read it many times, because they're kind of tongue twisters, some of those words in poetry. Olga raced through the orchard, thinking an ostrich was in her backyard. She ran out back and out front with Jen to put the ostrich in an outside pen. So there's the poems for the M, N, and O cursive pencil motifs that we practiced on page 6. See you later. Bye for now. Today we're looking at the cursive writing poems for page 7, where we did the paper pencil motifs P, Q, and R. But when you're doing them, just do one a day or even just a few lines a day. Picking purple pansies is a pleasant thing to do, but you prefer pink poppies, so I'll pass these ones to you. Or it says, so I'll pass those ones to you. So there's the letter P in cursive. Now we're doing the letter Q poem. The queen did quaintly qualify, though quartz is questionable quality, to quickly quell the quarrels among the quintuplet squirrels. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? And let's do the letter R. Rambling Ronnie ran at a rooster and realized the runt usually would goose. Rapidly ripping a rod from the sail, she ran back to the river and sat on a pail. So read it until you can read it well. It takes practice, doesn't it? Because there are a lot of tongue twisters there. Thank you, Mastery Max and Little Mastery Max, for encouraging us. We're doing the cursive writing poems for page 7. Bye for now. Today we're doing the cursive writing poems for the letters S, T, and U, which are on page 8 in our motif writing book. So let's read the poem for S. Simply seeing the sunset sky causes me to smile and sigh. Soon the sun will rise again to say, be sure to savor this spectacular day. Now read T, the poem that uses the words with T in it. Teaching the toddler to touch her toes, tempted the twin to tweak her nose. Tiffany, the tot, tapped the twin's finger to tell her she might, or tell her she ought not to linger. And U. Uriel's uniform was unkempt, although to stay tidy he made an attempt. Upstairs in his room was an untidy mess, which put his uncle under much stress. So there are the poems for page 8 of our cursive pencil motifs. Thank you, Mastery Max and Little Mastery Max, for encouraging us again. Today we're working on the cursive writing poems for the letters V, W, and X, which are page 9 in our motif writing book. All right, let's read the poem with the letter V. Veronica vacuumed up various matter, making the dust clouds valiantly scatter. Vigorously working and vying for room, Veronica almost vacuumed the room. There are some tongue-twisting words, aren't there? W. Waltzing Wendy wound her way, whirling about on a windy day. The weather was unusually wild that day, and Wendy waltzed completely away. And the letter X in cursive. Zena had an exam the next day, and after she studied, she went to play. She found her xylophone in her toy box and colored a picture on a Xerox. Xerox is like a photocopier, isn't it? So that is page 9 of the cursive pencil motifs, but we're working on the cursive writing poem. So you can work on one a day or a few lines a day. Thank you, Mastery Max and Little Mastery Max, for encouraging us again. Bye for now. Page 10 of the cursive paper pencil motif poems for the letters Y and Z. Let's read the poems for Y. Young Yella really was quite a pro at doing tricks with her yellow yo-yo. Her friends all yelled out, "Yes, Yahoo!" at all the tricks that Yella could do. And the letter Z, the last letter in our alphabet. Zippo Zebra zoomed in fast because the zenith looked overcast. She zestfully zinged into her stall, although 0 raindrops ever did fall. So there's our poem for Z. So now we have a cursive writing poem to write for each motif or each cursive letter of the alphabet. Enjoy doing it. Thank you, Mastery Max, for encouraging us. So remember, you can work on them in an interline book, or you can also print out a book which has all the cursive poems in it, and then you can just copy and trace right on the pages itself. So think of a creative way that you would like to do for learning cursive writing. Okay, bye for now.